everybody. We're back with the Grim and Wiz project. It's been a little while, but now that the both of us have completed Resident Evil Requiem, I know, Grim, I apologize for the wait. It took me a little longer to get this done.
That's okay.
But here we are, and we're going to go over our official review of Resident Evil Requiem, everybody.
All right.
You know, we're hanging out tonight with, we got Grim_Reaper91, and yours truly over here, Mr. Whiskers. Grim, how the hell you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, well, we got a lot to cover tonight. I know you've got some notes together, so let's just get into the nitty-gritty here. So, Grim,
Yo, what's good?
I know that you got the platinum already.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
Yes.
You got the platinum pretty early on. How soon after the game's release did you complete your road to platinum, your journey to get that coveted trophy right there?
Not long. It only took me less than 2 weeks.
So, I want to bring up. Let's have some fun with this for a little bit.
Sure.
In terms of, for those that are maybe not too familiar with Grim over here, he is a trophy hunter. He's quite the trophy hunter. Let me put it that way. Grim, where are you at right now with platinum trophies?
548.
548. So with 548 platinum trophies, Resident Evil Requiem coming into the wheelhouse now. Was this, in terms of challenging, how did you feel about this?
It wasn't terribly difficult. The only problem, I mean, despite me using infinite ammo, specifically the rocket launcher, it was a challenge. It was a challenge. I think I died like a total of like over 10 times. So yeah, because of insanity difficulty specifically, it was a challenge. Otherwise, it was a pretty easy platinum otherwise.
So you would say, other than the insanity part right there, that for other trophy hunters out there, this is an approachable one.
Yeah, definitely.
I've noticed through my playthroughs, I haven't platinumed it yet, but I am about 15 trophies away from getting that platinum. And
yeah,
I can see what you're saying here because I'm on my second playthrough, and I'm already 15 trophies away from just getting that coveted platinum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like you were saying, I personally have not attempted insanity difficulty yet.
Right.
But for those out there that are going for this one, do you have any recommendations?
Well, I mean, depending on your play style and depending on how you go about stuff, I strongly recommend or strongly suggest, don't do insanity until you have at least, no, I shouldn't say that. Until you have infinite ammo. I mean, unless you're someone who's confident enough, you can do it without it. But from personal experience, I strongly suggest waiting until you get infinite ammo and the infinite rocket launcher. Oh, and also, save often. Manually save often. Save as often as you can, I swear. Because if you try and do a no save run on insanity, you're not gonna, you're gonna have a hard time. I'm telling you.
It's gonna get a little difficult. I remember you telling me a story of when you were going through your first playthrough, that you bought the rocket launcher first, not the infinite ammo. And let's talk about that for a little bit. How, was that like a reset? Did that mess things up a little bit, or?
Yeah, it royally screwed me. I literally had to completely erase my save file and start over.
Excuse me, spilled a little bit of my beverage there. But yeah, friggin'. So you heard it right there from Grimm himself, and that's why he stresses you go for the infinite ammo first.
Yeah.
And save your in-game points, because
Yes.
it's gonna make that stride towards things. You'll be able to strategize a little bit differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
I gotta say, excuse me. It took me almost 20 hours to beat the game. I was taking my time, right? And really taking in all the atmosphere that Requiem provided us. And that playthrough, when I talk about, excuse me, a walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
It was the nostalgia, and I love the build-up. One of the things I want to bring up is the build-up. Going back and forth between Grace and Leon, I thought was paced perfectly.
Yeah, it was.
How did you feel about Grace's segments and Leon's segments? Let's get into a little bit of that.
I liked them, but it seemed pretty obvious that Grace's was more like stealth based and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Leon's, because Leon's you're fighting all the time. You're shooting zombies, and so on. Obviously Leon's segments were more action oriented than Grace's.
Yeah, and that's like what I was talking about, is the pacing right there. I personally, I like that. I enjoyed that a bit, because you got the level of pressure that you felt when you played as Grace, where it's okay, ammo conservation and the enemies that you're seeing. You don't want to fight everything, right? Where Leon, it's just like the balance between like horror and action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Personally, I feel like it was very well done. Like, I thought, like, and the thing is too, one of the things I really liked about this was you get a hatchet as Leon, and the sharpening that, like, you didn't have, the durability of the hatchet. It wasn't a major concern on standard difficulty.
No.
If you did your first playthrough on standard or casual, like, it wasn't a major concern regardless of those two difficulties. You knew you could sharpen it, build it back up. You didn't have to worry about it breaking. I thought that was a very, very nice addition to the game.
Yeah. I liked. I also like the fact that you could infinitely sharpen your blade or your hatchet.
What are some topics that you would like to get into, bro? I know you got your notes set up. What are some things that you would like to talk about?
I don't know how the hell I did this, but I managed to do the speed run without infinite ammo on my second playthrough.
Okay, a little humble brag right there. I like it. Let's go. You wanna break it down a little bit for us? Like, how did you approach that? What was the game plan? What was the strategies that helped you get through? Getting the second playthrough done and getting that speedrun trophy.
Well, because I did it on my second playthrough, and by the way, I just want to clarify, I did the speed run on my second playthrough because that's also the speed demon trophy, which gives you a significant amount of points. That's the main reason I did my speed run on my second playthrough. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that. I would have waited. But because
That's right. That's right.
But because I royally screwed myself with my points, I had to obviously redeem myself and do the speed run the second playthrough. But I also want to clarify, I didn't do it blind. I didn't do the speed run blindly. I did it with a guide.
Yeah. Okay. Utilizing a guide. Just to give some credit to the guide that you used. Who was the guide that you used? Just
I can't remember off the top of my head. I genuinely don't remember what his YouTube name was. But his guide was, I'm sorry, the video itself was under 2 hours.
Under 2 hours. Well, we'll put it this way: after we're done with this recording,
Yeah.
maybe we can look that guide up, and we'll throw that in there in the description. So this way, anybody that wants to use the same guide that helped Grim
Yeah.
can utilize that as well.
Sure.
But
Sure.
yeah, no, it's
Sure.
it is definitely a speed run try. And by the way, everybody watching this, the game's been out for a bit, so be prepared for some spoilers if you haven't gone through your first playthrough yet. Like, Grim and I are going to be getting into some depth here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is probably going to be a little bit longer of a Grim and Wiz project than you're used to seeing, but we want to cover every aspect of the things that we loved, the things that we thought could have been differently, and so just be prepared. If you're watching this on YouTube, be ready for some spoilers if you haven't completed your first playthrough yet. So I just want to throw that out there right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Moving forward here, so we've talked about the combination of horror meets action with Grace
Yeah.
and Leon. We've talked about the hatchet here. Let's talk about some of these monsters that we've witnessed for the first time. And the first one I'd like to go over with is the girl. Talk about a holy shit moment when she was first introduced. We've seen her in the trailers, but it's one thing to watch a trailer and go, oh man, that's wild. And it's another thing when you have the controller in your hand, or the keyboard at your fingertips, and she makes her first appearance. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a whole other thing when you're actually physically experiencing it for yourself.
I'll bring up some screenshots right now, actually. The girl. Let's see. All right. So here we go. This is like you can see right here. This is. I think she stands at like fuck. She towers over Grace. And when you look at these pictures right here, these images, I mean, it's terrifying.
Yeah, she's got to be probably well over 6 foot.
Oh, easily over 6 foot. I mean, hell, I'm 5'7". And you can see, I'd say, like, if she was standing straight up, she's got to be anywhere between 8 to 9 feet tall.
Yeah. See, guys, here she is right here. That's her right there. And then you have here. Let me find something else. And then see, here's another image of her. It's not, she doesn't look too there. That's the right here. That's her right there. Then you have here. Where can I find another? Another image right here. Yeah, sorry everybody. I don't want to enlarge these pictures because they're just going to take me to websites that I don't want to go to. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, no. You show, again, you got it set up. You show what how you want to set it up.
Right.
You know.
Here she's right. Oh, sorry.
Oh no. You're good. You're good. You go watch. You watch this on my channel or Grimm's channel. We have. And by the way, check out Grim_Reaper91 if you want to see it from his perspective as well. And what he's showcasing. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitch as well. Grim_Reaper91.
I'm looking up. I looked it up on Google here, and the AI overview says that she's at least 10 feet tall. She's known to be significant.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. So, no. Keep going. Sorry.
Okay. Is that okay? The girl is abnormally tall, mutated antagonist who stands at least 10 feet tall. She's known to be significantly taller than the other characters while stalking protagonist Grace Ashcroft. Her height is at least 10 feet. Her attributes are highly mutated and photosynthetic, able to regenerate with a notable vulnerability to light.
That is another key component right there to think about. Like, as we talked about her height and how she towers over Grace.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing when you're sitting there in the dark and all you got is a lighter that you're using as Grace, one that you have to find.
Yeah.
And that embrace, entanglement, the whole chaos that was created right there of introducing the girl to Grace. It's like, you're literally not even playing the game for a full hour yet, and you're already embedded into a holy shit moment.
Yeah.
With this towering figure that's eating the head off of a zombie.
Yeah.
Talking about a jump scare. I think we have that clip out there on that short out there on YouTube. It's my first playthrough. And Grim and I did our, we attacked our first playthrough together in a collab.
We did.
On Twitch while we were live. And I remember when that first zombie busted through the door, dead zombie comes to the door, and I got hit with the jump scare, and I remember hearing Grim like, "Oh, Grim, I remember hearing you," and I go, "You're all right, dude?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man, well, yep, I'm fine. You just wait till you get to this part."
Yeah. Oh, dude, Chunk.
Oh, you want to get into okay? Let's get into some other enemies here. Chonk.
Dude, that mother. Yeah, no. Oh God, man, no. He scared the shit out of me, man. Like hell no. No.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is
big motherfucker.
This is what Grim's talking about right here. Chonk.
Oh my God.
Caught you off guard.
Jesus.
You're going to grab a bracelet. There are these bracelets that give you access throughout the care center. You got level 1, level 2, and level 3. And I believe that when you're going for level 2, that's when you get introduced to Chonk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Again, you can see through these screenshots, these images that we have over here on Google right now.
Jesus,
yeah. Through the respected parties.
Yeah.
He comes in like a fucking holy shit.
Yeah, he's fucking, he's a big motherfucker. He's a big mother. Man, he's huge.
A lot to deal with.
Takes up the whole.
That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, it takes the whole fucking door, dude. The whole fucking frame. It's insane.
Hmm.
Jesus. Oh, God. Bruh.
And let's add on to that as well. Not only does he take up the whole door frame, but there are certain doors, there's certain areas that he's just going to break through.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you're going through the game and you think that, oh, well, maybe you saved a few zombies, right? Because there is another trophy out there that you can go for. Make one infected attack another.
Yeah.
Well, if you think you're using the door as a barrier for Chunk or other zombies, the Chunk says no to doors.
No.
And he just demolishes them. Whether you're playing on PC or console, that door's getting obliterated.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah.
And your safety net is gone.
Yep. Yeah, it's over.
So, it's one of those things to keep in mind if you're still chasing that trophy.
Yep.
We're going to get into that a little bit later. There's simpler ways to go about that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I have seen strategies from other live streamers, like Sneeble, Balk Soup. I've seen strategies being used across the board that you can get that, there's another zombie does not like noise, and he's holding a, little IV unit that he's, the pole and everything. You make a little noise, you use one of those glass bottles to create some distraction.
Mm-hmm.
It's one way you can do it.
Yeah.
Apparently, I heard too, man. I've seen a clip. I have not been able to recreate it, but I've seen a clip where they've managed to use that particular zombie with the IV stand and everything.
Yeah.
To kill Chunk.
Yeah.
Kill Chunk.
Yeah. Yes.
Keep calling him Chunk. Chunk. I like Chunk. Chunk's fun to say.
Yeah, it is, huh?
But there is, and I'll get. You know what? I'll get into this now. You know how I got the make the infected fight each other trophy?
How?
It was absolutely, completely by accident.
Yeah.
And I believe it was like towards the start of my second playthrough, where when you play as Leon and now you're back at the care center and you get into, I want to say it was like the West Wing upper deck kind of deal. There's an office over there, and as soon as you come in and you break there's boxes you can break open, and I broke open the first one I saw, grabbed the items, and I heard motion to my right, a lot of noise going on over there. It's like, no noise, or like shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, zombie breaks through the door, and there is another zombie that does not like noises, and he's got that IV unit, and they break in, and he just happened to slap the hell out of this one. And I got the trophy. I was just crouched behind the desk like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
That was simple. I literally was looting over here, and that just happened in front of my eyes. So I got lucky with that one. Because I tested it a second time. Didn't work the second time around. Didn't kill the zombie.
No.
Grim, if you don't mind, I'm just going to use the restroom real quick. I apologize, everybody. I'll be right back. Just give me 2 seconds.
All right.
And Grim, if you want to talk about the graphics and things like that while I'm gone, go ahead, talk about the ambiance. I'll be right back.
Speaking of the ambiance and the soundtrack, I loved the soundtrack. Now, granted, I play. I mean, I got the when I pre-ordered my copy. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, which gave me a variety. Obviously, a variety of the costumes, some weapon skins, and the soundtrack. Now, the soundtrack is essentially Resident Evil 2's remake. You know, because you have the original Resident Evil 2 sound, or the original Resident Evil 2 save room music. Then when you get to Raccoon City, then it plays the Raccoon City soundtrack and so on and so forth. And so I really liked that. I personally didn't use the original, or I'm sorry, I didn't use the game's net normal soundtrack though. I used my the original soundtrack, not the game's new soundtrack. If that makes sense, right? So it was awesome hearing all that music again. It was pretty cool.
The classic music.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never in the several times I've played Resident Evil Requiem, I never used the game's standard soundtrack. I used the originals, the original Resident Evil 2s, because that's essentially what that new, or that's what the soundtrack is. If you can buy it separately, or if you had pre-ordered the deluxe edition like I did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's talk about that for a second. I don't know how much you covered. Well, and again, I apologize. When nature calls, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand completely.
But so that is one thing where you and I differed there, and let's break that down. So I got the standard edition. I got it on disc.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Wanted to have it up there on the collection. My video games, the ones that I'm super, just excited. The fact that even, 30 years of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I wanted that up there. Now, I know you went with the digital, and then you got the deluxe edition.
I did.
What were some of the things that you were pretty excited about, and that influenced you going deluxe edition?
All the add-ons, the extra, or the weapon skins, the costumes, and more so for me personally, the soundtrack, because for me, until the day I die, for me. My personal favorite soundtrack, as far as Resident Evil goes, is the original Resident Evil 2's. It's just for me, it's just one of those iconic fucking soundtracks. I don't know.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's one of the things, when we go back to like how you and I first met.
Yeah.
It was, I remember, I was new to Twitch, and just very excited, and still very excited to, when you find new streamers. And I remember I saw your channel, and you were doing, I believe how I met you was through speed runs. You were doing New Game Plus runs, Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I think I still remember exactly where when I found your channel, hopped into it, and I was like, this is what I'm talking about right here.
Yeah.
I want to talk to this gentleman right now. He's going through some work right now, and he's sparking some good conversation. Let's go. Oh my God!
Yeah.
But yeah, so they brought in so that Resident Evil 2 soundtrack. It is something that is. It just hits. It's I remember sitting there thinking wow, it's the audio in itself just kind of gets you in a a certain feel, a certain mood. You feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of my personal favorites.
Mm, mm. Definitely, Capcom knows what they're doing there. I want to get into a little Victor Gideon. This was something that I found absolutely delightful. Is this antagonist right here? Again, we're going to be talking about spoilers here to everybody that's viewing this. So keep this in mind. If you're already at this point and you haven't beaten the game, this is where you want to kind of turn this off, put it in your watch later, check it out at another time after you're done. Because this is a game where, like Grim, and I'm sure you agree with me on this, brother, we don't want to spoil this for people that haven't beaten the game yet.
Right.
Because the storyline is pretty incredible, and to experience it in your first playthrough and just take in every second of it, we don't want to ruin that for you. But we're going to be talking about Victor Gideon right now, and some of the things that that he has brought to the game. So here we go. We got some images here.
Yeah.
You're introduced to Victor Gideon, and about I'm sure everybody's Gideon, however you want to pronounce it. I know I used to have trouble with Lady Dimitrescu with Resident Evil 8. That's one thing, right, dude? That Capcom throws at you is, we're going to throw some names at you. Some of you is going to have a hard time pronouncing.
Yeah.
But this guy right here, it's his story dynamic is very interesting.
Yeah.
I thought at first, the hooded figure that you see in Grace's flashback, I thought that was Victor. Turns out that was a mercenary that Victor hired.
Right.
And Victor over here, the umbrella scientist
Yeah.
that is following Spencer's work.
Right.
And for those who don't know about Oswald Spencer, when you think about the first Resident Evil, the Spencer Mansion, this is where everything takes place there. You learn about the T virus, and as we've gone through the games, right, Grim, you learn that Oswald E. Spencer, he was trying to speed up evolution,
right,
of mankind.
He was
through the virus.
Yeah.
And so now we get this antagonist over here. I almost said protagonist. That would be completely wrong. But Victor over here is trying to continue Spencer's work because apparently there was some things that we didn't know. Old Oswald was doing on the sidelines, creating an antivirus, a serum.
Yeah, he was. Yes.
Kind of like talk about when we're going full circle here. We're all sitting there thinking like, oh, Spencer, he started this. He's a part of the start of this problem. And then we got, he was also, he wasn't the only one creating a serum, a antiviral. Because we saw that in Resident Evil 3 remake. So, multiple, the storylines, very interesting.
Indeed.
And he sat there, old Victor here. I love his character. But Elpis was not a super virus or a mind control or anything like that. It was the heal all to the T virus contamination, the Raccoon City virus, the whole nine, the Raccoon City syndrome. You know, absolutely wild. And I love like just his creepiness, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was fucking weird.
I think he played just the part that he played, and the voice actor, whoever voice acted Victor Gideon.
Well,
Tip my cat right.
Here.
Tip my cap right there.
Here. He's played by Anthony Byrne, who provides the English voice and motion capture performance for Victor Gideon, Resident Evil Requiem. The Newcastle-born actor is recognized for delivering a chilling performance for the character, and he is also credited with playing. Wait, what? With playing zombies in the same title.
How about that? I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
So again, let's go. As always, Capcom delivering something special on this one. What are some other notes you want to cover on this one, Grim?
I found out that apparently, or supposedly, we're getting some DLC for Requiem. Story expansions, apparently. And we're also getting a mini game. So apparently in May. Now, whether that's true, I don't know. But supposedly
this is allegedly. This is possibly happening.
Yes. Because see right here, I'm on Google, as you guys can see, so you guys see what I'm doing here. Okay. Here, DLC. Here we go. Okay. Here, let me see what the okay. Okay, now this is the AI overview. Okay, this isn't straight out of like Wikipedia or anything, but I'm going off of this. But however, what I'm getting at, or what it says is, Capcom is developing major story-driven DLC for Resident Evil Requiem, with a major quote last days unquote expansion targeting a September 2026 release. So okay. So I'm mistaken. I thought it was in May, but apparently they're not going to release it until the fall of 2026. Rumored to feature Leon S. Kennedy and potentially Ada Wong. The DLC is preceded by a free minigame update, likely Mercenaries, planned for May of 2026. So I guess we're not getting the main DLC until September, but we are getting a smaller DLC in May, from what I can gather, based on this AI overview.
That's pretty exciting news, because when you think about this, the same team that worked on Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 4 Remake, as far as I know, worked on Resident Evil Requiem. And, I can think back to all the DLC and included content that was with Resident Evil 2 Remake, talking about,
Resident Evil 4.
Forgotten Soldiers, and then Resident Evil 4 Remake, you got Separate Ways, which literally felt like a game in itself. It just felt like a separate, not a separate title, but talking about the playability of that, it was incredible.
Exactly. Some key details and rumors are the release timeline. A free minigame update is planned for May of 2026, with the main story expansion expected in September. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wait another 5 5 months, unfortunately, for the main DLC. But we are getting,
Give or take, yeah.
yeah, we are getting a mini game in May, which could be Mercenaries. At least that's what's being implied or strongly suggested. Content focus. The DLC is rumored to be in 2 parts. One segment focuses on Alyssa Ashcroft's past, while the other centers on Leon S. Kennedy's final mission before retirement, exploring his actions during the events of RE7 and RE8.
This is very exciting news. And I know what you're saying is, unfortunately, we got to wait a little bit longer. But I think at the same time, Grim,
Yeah.
whether you agree with me or not, this, and I apologize for, I'm over here quietly burping, so I apologize for that. But when you think about this, and I know, Grim, you and I have had conversations about this in the past, is, as gamers, when you're spending $70+ on a video game, you don't want a rushed product
No.
right there.
No.
And they as far as I know, that they have been working on Requiem since literally 2018, as I heard.
Yeah.
As far as I know, as far as I've heard, these days you're not really quite sure what's real and what's fake because of all the AI generated shit you see out there.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is this: I would prefer that developers take the time, whether whether it's a few years, a couple of years, whatever. If I'm going to be spending, and the consumer is going to be spending $70+ of their hard-earned money,
Yeah.
I want to see a full product. And if we're going to get some DLC on top of this, and it's not going to cost us a dime, I want you to take the time, Capcom. Make sure that you do what you're doing, because what you're doing is working out. And I'm sure I speak for a lot of gamers out there. Give us that replayability, and with the DLC, take your time.
Yeah.
We'll wait. We'll wait. I would not be surprised if this gets Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this wins multiple titles.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I mean, chances are you guys saw it already. If any of you guys have Facebook, which the majority of the world does. But anyway, I had seen on Facebook an image of Nick and Lily Gao taking a picture together. So
I saw that too.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's being speculated or rumored that she could be coming back for the DLC, but I mean, I don't know. Some people in the Facebook comments were like, hey, it could just be a casual lunch thing or a coffee thing, but I don't know.
It could be a hint.
Exactly. So
because we're all sitting there wondering, and Grim, let's touch on this subject right here.
Yeah.
We how we do this podcast, how we do this show is, we bounce around a little bit. We try to touch all subjects, and we do, but we don't do it in any particular order here. So I want to get into this. Grim, you saw, and I saw, and everybody else that beat the game, they saw. You have 2 different endings that you could choose from.
Yeah.
Right? And there's the bad ending, there's the good ending. The bad ending, and again, spoiler alert, I'm gonna say this a couple times, so this way, if you're watching up to this point, to maybe shut this show down, put it in your watch later till you beat it.
Yeah.
But now, I think I've given fair enough time for you to do so, we're gonna touch on this subject here. You got two different options that you can choose from when you get to the end game.
Yeah.
You get to destroy Elvis or release Elvis. And you get this very interesting cutscene where Grace finds Leon, and you see he is shot to shit. He is tired. He is beat up. The Raccoon City syndrome is taking over.
Yeah.
He ain't got a lot left in the tank.
No.
You get this beautiful cutscene as they enter into the final part of the game, where Leon tells Grace, just promise me one thing, that you'll end this. That to the player, like Grim, right? Think about this, right? You don't know what you're walking into. You just, now you're sitting there, you got all kind of feels going on, and you got a protagonist in Leon right here that, like, you know, if you've been paying attention, you've been playing the game since 1998, maybe you got to the remakes and got so into it, you wanted to see where this stemmed from, what this started with.
Yeah.
You want to follow through with Leon's wishes. I want to end this. And here's the twist. You go up to that computer as Grace, and you can destroy Elvis or release Elvis. You're thinking, oh, if I release Elvis, this goes against what Leon literally just told me in a cutscene. Like, he wants to end this.
Right.
Right, dude? And then you fucking choose destroy it. And Grim, you want to get into what happens after you destroy it?
Well, alright. Okay, again, warning, spoiler warning. Before I say it, you need, if you don't want to know and you want to experience this for yourself, shut this off now. Okay? Huge spoiler warning now. So again, for the last time, at least from me, shut this off before I say this if you don't want to know. Unfortunately, okay, here it is.
Here we go.
Now, if you choose, real quick, just to clarify, I did not do this.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you chose. Just go ahead, keep going.
Okay, all right, but anyway, all right, I'm sorry. Anyways, now, unfortunately, if you choose to destroy Elvis, Leon ends up getting shot and dying at the end. Unfortunately. So.
It turns out it's a bad ending.
Yeah.
But here's the good thing, is the bad ending. So one of the things I liked about this choice situation is because you remember with Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Grim, they give you options that change things up.
Yeah.
And one of the things that Capcom and their developers with this 30-year anniversary of Resident Evil, which, you know, was coming up in last month, March.
Yeah, March 22nd.
Yeah, the game released in February 27th. But like with 30 years of Resident Evil,
yeah,
when you think about how much they incorporated, they took pieces of it felt like they took pieces of every game. They said this was a love letter to the fans. And you got a little bit of every piece of the game. And that's how I look at it. Is that choice making at the end reminded me very much of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. And the beauty is, if you chose, it doesn't matter what ending you chose. After the credits roll, they give you the option. You don't have to play through 15 to 20 hours of the game again, or however long it took you. You can go back and see what the other ending looked like. I thought that was a nice touch on things. Like, you can imagine, Grim, that they just, you just played, whether you played 12 hours, 15 hours, 20 hours,
Mm-hmm.
25 hours, that you got the ending, and you're like, oh, I want to see the other ending, and then you had to play through the game again. I like that they did that. I remember sitting there, I live streamed it, right? And I was sitting there, I was like, does this feel right? And then when you think back to everything that you played through in this game, it's the end game. It's the choice. Nothing you do from start to this point changes anything
Right.
when it comes to the ending. So I like that they added that in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
And when you get the good ending, you get a boss fight that reminded me of William Birkin, kind of final fight deal, combined with a little touch of Nemesis there at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. So when you release Elvis, oh, sorry, I knocked my little zombie buddy, off the mini fridge over here. Can't have that happening while we're doing a Resident Evil Requiem breakdown and review. But when you release Elvis, again, like we were talking about previously, you see it's the cure. And let's get into a little more before we get into this final fight with Gideon and everything. There's another character that we have not mentioned yet that you get some wild feels about, because let's talk about Zeno.
Yeah. He's Whisker's twin brother.
And you start to get that vibe right there. Okay, so we know, like, that they were, if you've watched the Netflix Resident Evil series, I grim, I hear you laughing.
I genuinely tried, but I could not get through that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I went through it, bro. But you sit there and look at this. You get a funny picture right here of Wesker slapping the glasses off of Zeno here. Zeno apparently is a clone, or a clone of Wesker.
Yeah.
An imitation, and you hear Gideon get into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It even says right here, Zeno is a primary antagonist in Resident Evil Requiem and a suspected clone of Albert Wesker, working as a high-ranking agent for the Connections. He displays superhuman speed, strength, and rapid regeneration, often donning a white suit and black coat while hunting for the Elpis Project.
Mm-hmm. So I love this part right here, because you get introduced to him pretty late into the game.
Yeah.
And let's have a little fun with this. Is when you get to Raccoon City as Leon, you go through this beautiful. You actually travel in the streets of Raccoon City now. Like, now we're getting something that a lot of Resident Evil 3 remake fans were upset about. That Raccoon City should have been, there should have been more to explore. Well, hold on to your butts, because now you get to explore Raccoon City.
Yes.
As Leon, and then the way they did that, like Grim,
Yeah.
I love the fact that you get to walk through the streets, and then you get this motorcycle chase with Gideon.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
And that reminded me of some RE6 kind of vibes there.
Yeah, with Jake and Sherry. Yeah, I remember that.
Right? Like, you get some motorcycles and this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And then you make your way back to... And this is one thing that I was I had asked for this while I was playing the game. Before the game came out, I was like, can we get like some flashback sequences? If Leon or whoever is really going to be returning to destroyed Raccoon City, I want some fucking flashbacks. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Capcom, you served a dish to us. You gave us the filet mignon, that wagyu beef, because
Yes. Oh my
you find
God.
your way back to the Kendo gun shop
Yeah.
and you get those flashbacks.
Yeah. You get Kendall flashbacks when you're at the RPD. You get fucking Branna, Marvin, dude. That was
That's
fucking
right.
yeah. That was mint. That was awesome.
That that was the cherry on top for me. You know,
Yo. Yes.
granted, listen, we're small content creators over here, and we wanted that so much. Like Grim,
Yeah.
I know you and I have had conversations about this. It's like, please, like, let's not forget how this all became, like, what it is right now. And they delivered.
They did.
They delivered. Oh,
That
it was
was.
so beautifully done.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, the struggles that Leon went through. Like, you think he's a rookie cop. He's like 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
Now he's 49, and he's coming back to where it all started
Yeah.
for him. And that was just like, I mean, you got a little pre, like, just like that. It just hits you in a certain way, especially, to those watching right now. If you're sitting here watching this and, you're born in the 80s or early 90s and you got to taste the originals and experience how this all went down, and now you're seeing what Capcom has done for us.
Yeah. It's Resident Evil's come
I might sound like,
a long way.
right? Like, I don't mean to sound like a kiss ass, but like, it's everything that I wanted it to be. Requiem just hits a spot that it just puts you in whether you just got into the remakes and maybe that was your first time experiencing Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Well, you're going back to where like Grim and I came from.
Yeah.
Sitting down on the couch, or like seeing your brother, or your dad play the game, and now here we are. It's 2026, and they're just sprinkling all of the games that we've played from the OGs to now. And that's one thing I want to get into as well, Grim, if you don't mind.
Nah. Go ahead.
So you and I have done, we did the part one first playthrough where you and I streamed together, on Twitch.
Yeah.
And Kick, I streamed on Twitch, and Kick, you streamed on Twitch. We
Yeah.
did our first collab there in terms of using the knock system. But here's the thing is we afterwards, you get that itch, right? Like my stream schedule is a little crazy. And I know, and we made that agreement as well.
We did.
If, we'll go through the first playthrough together as long as we can. But with a game like this, like Grim, when you told me, like, I got the itch, like, I hear you, bro. Go for it. Scratch it. Moving forward from that is, I'm curious, Grim, your thoughts on. I want to hear your thoughts, how you felt, the whole nine, because spiders were something that has not been prevalent in Resident Evil games for quite some time. until
Yeah.
now.
They're not in any of the later Resident Evils. They were only in the original trilogy. They weren't in any of the later ones. None of them.
So when you, on your first playthrough, this is what I want to know is when that cutscene happened, when you walked in, because I had an experience of I started seeing spider webs everywhere, and I was like, I second guessed it as I was like, is this spider webs or is this just like kind of like cobwebs? And then like you get close, those are spider webs, and then you get a cutscene. When you saw that tarantula come down, please tell me every thought, every feeling that went through your body, through your bones, through your soul, that they brought back the spiders and break down your first fight, and just the whole night. I want to hear the whole experience, bro.
It's probably pretty nostalgic for me because because obviously I hadn't seen spiders in Resident Evil for almost 30 years, since 1999. It's like, gee, damn, where the hell have all these fuckers been the last 30 years?
Yeah, I mean, we saw them in Resident Evil HD Remastered. I think that was like early 2003.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
But you're right. We have not seen them in any of the major titles. And if we're wrong, let us know in the comments. But I don't think we're wrong.
No, we're not. We're not.
When you saw that motherfucker come down from the bridge, tell me what was going through your mind?
Just creepiness. It was, oh god, it was weird. It's like, motherfucker, dude. I'm not big on spiders, but not when they're that fucking huge. No way, dude. I'm fucking burning I'm burning everything down around me. That was creepy. No.
Yeah, let's give. We'll show some screenshots right now. This is what we're talking about right here. You're fighting. Look here, right there is a shot of Leon in front of the spider. Like this is what we're talking about right here. Is this just hit on another level? Absolutely, my jaw almost fell off my face. Thank God it's connected to my body because, I almost unhinged my jaw looking at this fucking thing coming down.
Yeah, it was Jesus.
Excuse me. But yeah, that was something to behold right there. That boss fight in itself was, you get these, I've heard, players talk about how the boss fights in Resident Evil Requiem, they were kind of easy, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a point going with that. Like, I don't think they were meant to be hard. I think that they were meant to give you that nostalgia. Again, that love letter. Let's not forget what Capcom was trying to do here. A love letter to the fans is bringing back enemies that you haven't seen in a long time.
Right.
I don't think this was like, again, Insanity, I have not touched Insanity yet, but on a casual playthrough, on, standard or casual, which I also want to get into that after this. This right here was a perfect, like just the way they did this game. It was a perfect love letter. Not meant, it's to take you on a journey.
Yep.
Your first playthrough, it's to be challenging to a degree, but to the veteran players, again, that's where we're going here. That's what Capcom was trying to give us is all the things that they might have missed the mark on earlier titles. They just literally pack-a-punch this game. Using a Call of Duty reference right there, I know it's probably a little insane, but they just they found a way to put everything together in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, it was pretty.
For fans as old as we are, Grim,
Mm-hmm.
to the fans that have just gotten into the game.
Yeah, they did a good job.
And I want to get into the difficulty too. Let's talk about that, Grim. First playthrough, I believe you told me. So you started your first playthrough on casual, right?
I did, yeah.
And again, that speaks wonders right there because it just you want to experience the story.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Go through it at your pace. I went with, and here's the cool part right there, is I went with standard modern, and then they have standard classic. So I thought that was a really cool hey, you can, if you're a newer player, you can play standard modern.
Yeah.
And, you don't need the ink ribbons and things like that. Like, you could save at the typewriters. They put the typewriter back. You could save your game. You go standard classic. You're going to need ink ribbons. You can create ink ribbons, too, using the blood collector, which Grim and I will get into that in a second. But I thought that was a very, very cool introduction into it.
Mm.
It gives every players that aren't familiar with the past of how Resident Evil started, where ink ribbons were a big deal.
Yeah.
To
They were.
A more modern day audience, where you get comfortable with autosaves.
Mm-hmm.
You get comfortable being able to save the game whenever you want.
Yep.
And I thought that was very, very. And also, by the way, there are trophies where, like, when you save the game for the first time in Standard Classic, you get a trophy for that.
You do. And speaking of the save system, when you strengthen the difficulty, in the shop you can, if you have to do it, you have to meet a certain requirement though. You can't. It's not something you can buy with your points. You have to do. I think it's the speed demon trophy. If you get the speed demon trophy, or just generally beat the game in under what was it, 5 hours? Was it 4 hours?
4 hours.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if you beat the game in under 4 hours, it automatically gives you the infinite ink ribbon, and that will come in handy when you do your insanity difficulty playthrough. Because I saved over fucking 20 times when I did my insanity playthrough. It was so. Long story short, the infinite the infinite ink ribbon saved my ass.
You're good, bro. You're good, bro.
So yes.
No, take it from Grim. Listen, you want especially to any trophy hunters that are watching this, whether you're watching it on my YouTube channel or Grim's YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He is far more of a trophy hunter than I am. I do like to dabble, but any advice you hear him tell you on this Grim and Wiz project?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a quick story right now. Disagreed with him, and he'll tell you numerous times, and numerous times I should have fucking listened.
Right.
To the casual player out there, the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday worker. Yeah, listen. If you want to chase that path and you want to, get the get the trophies in, and maybe you don't have a lot of time to do it, you listen to this gentleman over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, hey, you guys do it your way, but or however you see fit, or however you can, depending on your schedules, work schedule. Maybe you got kids or whatever, so you only can play for a couple hours here and there on weekends. But if you guys have like a major time crunch, I recommend using infinite ammo for a lot of your Resident Evil games.
Yeah, no, and I'll tell you what, this gentleman over here has helped me, accomplish quite a few trophies. Because in the co-op Resident Evil games,
yeah,
and vice versa, I'm working with him with Resident Evil Revelations. You got a buddy to play with if you got that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely helps, and also it just it's a ton of fun.
It is, yeah.
So let's move forward a little bit here. There are so many aspects to this game. There are so many pieces to this game. There's so many little Easter eggs tucked away. Like we talked about flashbacks, things that we wanted to see.
Yeah.
But then, like when you make your way into a blown up raccoon police department,
mm-hmm.
and to see as you walk through the doors as Leon, you get a little flashback right there.
Yeah.
And then you find your way to the desk, and what do you see? The welcome Leon sign.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said.
Okay.
If you, I don't know if you saw this file or not. I can't remember. I'd have to find your that particular part of your stream on your YouTube. But there's a file in there where they talk about that. They talk about getting beer, getting food, because they were gonna have a huge party for him.
From Martin Brana, right? Marvin Brana.
Yeah.
I said Martin. I'm sorry. I apologize for the mispronunciation right over here. Tonight is over here. It's the 11th. And my previous engagement before we recorded this was, I've had a couple of beers tonight. I was watching the Tyson Fury fight, so I do apologize if I'm slurring my words, if I'm mispronunciating a couple things. So bear with me on this. And again, Grim, I appreciate you again bearing with me as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. No problem.
But yeah, putting a couple of, they were ready to set up a whole party.
Yeah.
And you see, that was again another file right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about. Let's have a little nostalgia, right? I'm sorry. I see. What's going on?
They brought the orphanage back.
Oh, you want to get into the orphanage?
Yeah. because funnily enough, that I don't. It's funny to me because that segment takes place in February of 1990, which is funny to me. It's like, no way, really?
Yeah, because when you think about the events of everything that went down, we're looking at Arklay Mountains, 96.
July of 96.
Well,
Yeah.
98. The game came out in 96. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
It was July 1998, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
My
That's
bad.
right.
My bad. Sometimes I fuck that up because I'm like, oh, the game came out, but like when you think about story driven.
Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was July 1998. Let's see. Grim.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm pretty. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was July of '98.
Right?
Yeah. In the Resident Evil lore, July 1998.
That was the Arklay Mountain right there.
Yeah, is a critical month detailing the start of the Mansion incident, a localized T virus outbreak following the Ecliptic Express incident on July 23rd. STARS Alpha Team was deployed to the Arklay Mountains on July 24th, 1998 to investigate the missing Bravo team, leading to the events of the first game. So yes, my bad. Yeah, it was July of 98. July 23rd. July 23rd.
No.
July.
Not your bad.
Yeah, July 23rd and 24th. The express train is attacked on July 23rd in 1998, setting the stage for Resident Evil 0. And then July 24th, 1998, STARS Alpha Team arrives at the Spencer Mansion, beginning the main events of Resident Evil 1. So the events of Resident Evil 0 and 1 are like I don't know if it's like a day or like a 24-hour period.
Okay. There it is right there. We're talking about July 1998.
Yeah.
And so, oh man, my apologies. I just kind of lost track of where I was going with that. And also, if you see like a little spottiness right there, like, with Grim, we're doing this. I'm in New York, Grim's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So, we got a good connection, right, though?
Yeah. I apologize if you see me turn my head. I'm just keeping tabs on my internet equipment because there are nights where my internet will suddenly kick out.
So yeah, if this podcast, if this ends, you know why? It's just we're working with what we got, and I'm still regardless. We're putting this together. We're having a good time. So, if you see anything a little spotty, this, that, third, it's either on my end or his end.
Yeah.
And if it just goes dark, we're still going to upload this. We've been meaning to do this for a minute now.
Yeah.
So let's get into. Oh, that's right. You want to talk about the orphanage? That was something. I want to point something out here.
Sure. Go for it.
It was something that I thought in my mind that we would have a scenario where. So the orphanage you play as it wasn't Emily. Emily was
not Emily.
Chloe.
Chloe. Yeah, Chloe. Yes.
You play as Chloe, and you start to see like, oh shit! When you look at Grace, and you see like the hair and everything start matching up when you saw Emily, And then you Chloe, and now all of a sudden these pieces start coming together a little bit, right? It's one of the things I love that they did with this game. Is like slowly, as the player, you're slowly starting to see these pieces come together. So now you're playing as Chloe through the orphanage. I honestly was not prepared for that. That's not what I thought was going to happen. You know, I was expecting maybe a Claire flashback or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was really cool how they did that, and it kept you on edge with the red-eyed, like you remember the glowy-eyed Resident Evil Village DLC Shadows of Rose, the what are they called?
The molded?
Man,
or mannequins?
Mandolins, or like
the mannequins?
Mannequins. I said mandolins. See? The mannequins. They would chase you if you weren't looking at them. But they had those glowy eyes. And so when we were in the orphanage and you see the red-eyed, like crazy children looking at you. Like, hey, gonna snap your neck. That cutscene too was fun. I was like, okay, didn't know we were going this route. To make your way back to Chief Iron's little craziness he had going on there. Dude,
Yeah.
I remember sitting there looking at that and going, like, as we make our way down, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, is Mr. X going to pop up? And as soon as I said that, that little fire truck drove away from me, and I was like, I would like to end the stream now and decompress so I can fucking sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Shit creeped me out, bro.
Yeah. I still haven't finished that DLC. Because those fucking mannequins, man.
Those mannequins are terrifying.
They are. They,
You hear the footsteps, and we were talking about the audio before. Like, the audio in Requiem is just top tier.
yeah. It's
Every footstep,
yeah.
little Easter egg that they tucked away.
Oh, fuck. Real quick. Speaking of Requiem Easter eggs, I don't know if I think it was Passion who pointed that out, but when you get to a certain point, there's a tofu with Jill's.
Yeah, I heard about that.
With Jill's beret.
I didn't see that one yet. I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, to any of our regular viewers, and everybody that supports us on Twitch or Kick, do want to give a shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys not giving any spoilers while we're playing, and that also means a lot too.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's I after I finished the game, and then sure as shit, I thought it was going to take a little longer, but let me tell you, these speedrunners are fucking on top of things. And they figured out how to beat the game. I think Orchlon's now got it under hour and 40. I think I saw he has one up there, hour 35, I think.
Nice.
On Insanity.
Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure I beat my Insanity playthrough in a little over 4 hours. Which is freaking surprising to me. But then again, not necessarily, because I had the fucking infinite ammo and Leon's infinite rocket launcher. Oh, shit. Actually, wait, hang on, I'm sorry. While I'm thinking about that, speaking of that, I just want to let you guys know. I just want to clarify with you. Well, not clarify, but I want to let you guys know this important detail. Only Leon can use the infinite rocket launcher. Okay, so just be aware of that.
Oh,
I completely freaking forgot to mention that. Grace
didn't
does.
know that. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Grace does not have access to it. She has access to everything else. She has access to the handguns that she finds, or that her main character has, and so on and so forth. She does. You can get a little Uzi for her in the shop if you want, and
These are
obviously,
things to consider for the trophy hunters out there.
yeah, yeah. Yes. So again, I just want to let you guys know now, unless you guys already know, obviously, unless you guys have played it. But if not, just be aware that only Leon can use the infinite rocket launcher. Grace cannot at all. She cannot use the rocket launcher. That's a Leon exclusive weapon, unfortunately.
And also, keep in mind, Grim, you
Yeah.
know, whether or not people have played it, this stands there. We've already given the spoiler warnings,
Yeah.
and we're talking about our playthroughs. So you feel free to talk about, again, express anything that you want to talk about in regards to Requiem, because we created this podcast so that we could nerd out to video games and talk about the ones that we are very passionate about.
Yeah.
And, so, anything that you hear Grim giving you right now, like, you don't have to go that route, but also remember that this is only to try to help out any player that wants to go trophy hunting, and whether or not you're a pro or you're working a 9 to 5 and this, that, and the third, the strategies that you hear from Grim, like, these are the ones that work best for him.
Yeah.
And he's just sharing that you're sharing that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime you got something you want to share that you think might help somebody, like, fuck it, let's go. Oh, let's get into. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to quick and bring up that tofu Easter egg real quick.
Mm-hmm.
That Passion had mentioned to you, which I personally never found it. I'll have to look for it next time I play. But real quick, the tofu Easter egg in Resident Evil Requiem is located within the Raccoon City Police Department building on the first floor. To find tofu, you must return to the RPD after clearing the initial boss fight outside. Then look for him in the hallway near the west end skeleton or inside the operations room.
And Graham, I want to say thank you for just saying that, because you re-sparked my memory of what I want to talk about. Let's talk about the return of Mr. X.
Aw, dude. Yeah.
Holy shit. You get into a cutscene where, Zeno is explaining things about Elpis and,
Mm-hmm.
herself on a computer, and then you, as Leon, break in. And I love that line right there. And Grim, I think you know where I'm going with this. I don't have time for this. Which, if we remember in Resident Evil 5, I've got 7 minutes. 7 minutes to spare. That was like kind of a callback right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then fucking Mr. X comes dropping through. And let me tell you something. We didn't knock his fedora off on this one. He was there and he was aggro as shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, he was missing his fedora in this one.
Mm. And that boss fight.
Yeah.
I have to use the bathroom, but before I go use the bathroom, let's talk about that boss fight. That was something. That was something. I loved the, I love the cutscene where Leon blocks with the hatchet, gets punched in the ribs. He goes, "Yeah, I remember how that feels. That sucks." And then you make your way, and he uses a Requiem. You see how powerful that hand cannon is, which
Mm-hmm.
I also think is kind of a throwback to Barry's hand cannon. I got this.
Actually, hang on. Yeah, hang on. I can quicken. Wait, can here? I wonder. Wait, I wonder if Google will say something about that.
Oh, while you're doing that, then I'm going to take this time. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom.
All right.
Or my bladder explodes.
All right. Excuse me. Shit. Excuse me.
Again, I do apologize for the restroom breaks, but we knew this episode was going to go a little longer than
Yeah.
usual. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, what'd you find?
Okay. All right. Based on discussions surrounding Resident Evil Requiem, the Requiem Magnum's considered a thematic and nostalgic callback to Barry Burton's iconic 44 Magnum from the original Resident Evil, the 1996 and 2002 remake. The details regarding the comparison, it's a thematic callback. The Requiem is viewed as a nod to veteran agents carrying massive revolvers, evolving memories of Barry's signature weapon. The weapon differences are, while serving as a thematic nod, they are not the same gun. Barry's Magnum is a custom Colt Anaconda or Python, depending on the version. While Leon's Requiem is in Requiem is a Russian RSH-12 assault revolver. The symbolism: Leon names the gun Requiem as a tribute to the dead he has witnessed over his long career, reinforcing its role as a, quote, farewell, unquote, or legacy weapon. The gameplay usage, similar to Barry's gun, the Requiem is designed to be an incredibly powerful, high-impact magnum, often serving as a, quote, boss killer, unquote, tool in the player's arsenal.
There you go. There you go. Little throwback to the power of Barry's Magnum.
Yes.
Thematically, there you go.
Yes.
Mm.
Indeed.
And you see later on, Endgame, how powerful this Magnum is. even when we're talking about, like, I want to get back into Mr. X, how Leon was, throughout that cutscene, was able to shoot out a roof, ceiling to collapse on top of Mr. X in his appearance through that cutscene. Oh, sorry. I have the microphone over here. Getting a little sloppy, I apologize. But let's talk about that boss fight. That was absolutely spectacular.
Yes.
How they put that together. You see, there's a cutscene that unfolds as you're exiting the Raccoon City Police Department through the back of it now that everything is blown up and blown to shit. You have a different exit this time, and let me tell you something, you ain't going underground for it.
No.
You're going through the back wall. And then, you see, if you remember, Mr. Rex raising a helicopter,
Yeah.
how fitting is it that he's pulling off a missile, a rocket from the helicopter to throw at you, and then grabs another one to enter the fight with, and the Leon's like, I'm done with this shit. It shoots the rocket, blows him up. You think, oh, that's a quick ending. Only to fight a super tyrant.
Yeah.
And that was quite the fight, because I have seen now, like, through the live streams that I've done of Resident Evil Requiem, and on the second playthrough, this good friend of ours, Eric, that showed me a cutscene. He put it in my Discord. Not a cutscene. I'm sorry, I apologize. Not a cutscene, but playthrough of when you face Mr. X, like the super tyrant kind of deal. On Insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And this is with a Requiem, infinite ammo, and it literally does 4%. It's about 4% damage per shot. Just looked like you were tickling them with mosquitoes over here.
Now,
with these Requiem bullets.
Now, real quick. Now, is that unupgraded or is that upgraded? Because you can upgrade Leon's guns.
I didn't see the specifications. I did see that it had infinite ammo, but again, when you think about even not upgraded.
Okay.
My point is you see the difference. So when you beat Resident Evil Requiem, right?
Sure.
You unlock Insanity mode.
Yeah.
I want to give the viewers an idea of what you're looking at. And like Grim, you can go more into the upgrades for the Requiem. But what Eric shared with it, again, big shout outs to Eric on that one, Eric Amy. That was, he shared that video with us, with me. And you're basically tickling this motherfucker. Fire Requiem shots. Like, he's just sitting there like, oh no, whoa, you shot me in the heart. But, I mean, if there's more that you want to add to this, Grim, please do, about the upgrades.
Well, I don't know. You can, off the top of my head, because I genuinely haven't played Requiem for a while, so I don't remember all the specifics per se. But you can upgrade. I think you can upgrade like the damage to some extent, or up to a certain point. I don't think you can do the. I don't think you might be able to do the capacity maybe once or twice. I'm not 100% positive, but when I when I did that fight, what was I using? I think I prioritized the shotgun and upgraded the shit out of that and just got right up onto him and just blasted him in the chest. Oh,
This is good though. This is good though because like to those out there that are thinking the Requiem is the answer to all your problems, not so much.
no.
Now now Grim, you're giving us a different take on things, and I have seen some videos of a certain particular shotgun that, and I'm happy you brought up the upgrades as well, because it does do quite a bit of difference. It's just interesting to me that the Requiem just feels like that like super weapon. Like if you don't have a rocket launcher and you have the Requiem, you're feeling good about yourself, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Oh, absolutely. The Requiem is an excellent weapon to have. I'm not. Yeah, there's no doubt about that at all. There's no doubt.
But you were saying, I'm sorry.
I was just saying that for the Requiem when you're using the Requiem like for against against Mr. X. I off the top of my head, I don't know if I did that, but I mean, so I don't know from personal experience with the Requiem. But the main gun, the main gun that I prioritized when I was fighting him was the shotgun for me and the hatchet. So as far as the Requiem against him goes, I can't speak on that personally because I don't recall using the Requiem.
Can you specify, because there are 3 different shotguns, if I remember correctly, what was the shotgun that you used that really helped make the difference for you, for our viewers?
Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to refer to Google real quick. It was, I don't know.
Take your time.
Okay, it was either the first shotgun that you come across as Leon, right? So I don't know. I want to say like a WC-70.
Yeah, look up Resident Evil Requiem shotguns, and maybe that'll spark your memory right there.
What shotguns were in
Resident
Evil Requiem?
Have to longer to be pretty much that's on me right there. I was taking my time. But that's why it's to the show. So while we give Grim a chance to look up the shotguns, so he can find that particular shotgun that could really help you change the game for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
All right, real quick. It had to have been the WB-70 police shotgun or the TAC. I want to say, I'm pretty sure for me it was I used the WB-70.
And you want to look for it too. When you have these guns, you can examine them and you can look at you can see the power that they put out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want to look for like the 2 that he mentioned. The one that's got more power.
Mm-hmm.
That's one you're probably gonna want to upgrade.
Yeah.
When you go into that particular boss fight.
Yeah. I'm pretty positive for me. It had to have been the WB. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. No. Bleh. Or is it the W870? Yeah.
Listen, I'm the one that's drinking tonight. I'm the one that gets to slur and get my words all over the place. Lock it in. I'm playing around.
That bothers me, man. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. The W870. That's what I used. But I mean, as a whole, I'm pretty sure I alternated. Just generally speaking, I think I alternated between the W870 and the TAC. But for my fight against Mr. X outside, the final fight, I used the W870.
So load that one up, and if you have infinite ammo and you're going on insanity, you heard it from Grim over there. This is gonna change things up. It's gonna make things a little bit more helpful when you're approaching that trophy, beating the game on insanity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, with that being said, Grim,
Yeah.
do you have any more notes that anything else that you wanted to bring up?
Off my notes? None. No, because not really. There's nothing. No. I just talk about like the nostalgia, going back to the RPD. Just talked about did my speed run without infinite ammo. Saying insanity was a challenge despite having infinite ammo. Because like I had explained earlier on, I died probably over 10 times and saved well over 20. It was awesome seeing Leon and Sherry reunite after
Oh, there we go.
a
We go.
long time.
We got a wedding ring. That's what we were talking about this earlier.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Because real quick, yeah. Speaking of that, I think they're gonna. I don't know. I mean, it's being implied that they're gonna kind of cover a chunk of that in the DLC. Maybe, I think. I mean,
that's exciting.
Because I think I actually. Because hang on a second.
Because there is speculation that Leon is married to Sherry.
He's married to Sherry?
But again, these are things that, like, all the Resident Evil fan base, everybody's trying to figure out.
Yeah.
When you get the good ending, you see Leon puts a wedding ring on. And you've seen in the cutscenes leading up to the good ending, you see Sherry's wearing a ring. She can't put it on a ring finger because her ring finger is infected. You see it on her pinky finger.
Oh.
So there is the conspiracies, the speculation out there that they're married. I don't think that's the case, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting though, but I don't know if he's married to Sherry. I mean, granted.
No, when we're talking about the.
Oh, sorry.
No. I interrupted you. I apologize.
I mean, as long as they, in the event that they do cover, like, give us even like the gist of his his marriage, and it comes out that he is married to her. It's gonna. I mean, it's not gonna surprise me necessarily, but I don't know. I obviously assume that he'd be with Ada.
That's what I was thinking too, man.
I mean,
and if we're gonna see DLC coming out,
yeah,
at some point, and that there's a possibility that we saw Nick and also the voice actress. I apologize, like I say, it's been a long day for me, so I apologize that I don't remember the names of the voice actress or voice actors. So
if I
get some hate on that, I understand.
No,
but
it's okay.
Nick,
we know who you're talking about.
I always butcher his last name.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name to save my life.
But we've seen it. You brought up. You've seen, like, you talked about Grim. You talked about Facebook earlier, seeing them together.
Yeah.
Speculation is the, could this be the DLC that we're talking about? Can we see who did they finally tie the knot? Talking about Leon and Ada.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we see that in the fall.
Yep. Yeah, I got it right here. Lily Gao and Nick Apostolitis. I genuinely don't know how to pronounce that, so if I
Yeah,
butchered
I
it,
know.
I'm sorry. Uh,
No, you're good, dude. Because I was sitting there, I was like, I'm not, I mean, no disrespect if they end up watching this one, but like, I butchered Lady Demetresque for literally the entire time I played that game.
right. But yeah,
So we don't mean any disrespect. It's just like,
right. But
I
yeah,
hope you take no offense.
right. But yeah. It says right here, Lily Gao and Nick, voice and motion capture actors from the Resident Evil franchise, recently sparked speculation by posting photos together on Instagram. Fans are speculating this reunion may involve upcoming DLC for Resident Evil 9 Requiem. The pair worked together on Resident Evil 4 Remake back in 2023. Fans believe the meeting suggests potential voice or motion capture work for the new Resident Evil 9 Requiem DLC. Lily Gao shared pictures of herself and Nick, a popular topic of discussions that have prompted widespread speculation. And then it talks of the role history. Lily Gao plays Ada Wong, and Nick Apostolitis plays Leon S. Kennedy in the Resident Evil franchise, both having featured in the 2023 Resident Evil 4 remake. The recent activity has been highly scrutinized, with many in the Resident Evil community hoping to see more of the duo in future content. So, I don't know. It's being speculated or strongly implied that Lily's going to come back in some capacity to do some more Ada stuff, possibly in this upcoming or this future DLC.
Well, one thing I want to add on to that too.
Yeah.
One thing that Capcom has been incredible with when it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
Is just kind of throwing that kind of stuff out there. They said that Leon was not going to be in this game because they didn't know how to make things scary for a veteran like Leon and everything that he's gone through.
Yeah.
Yet they found a way to incorporate him into this title.
Yeah,
so,
man. And the fucking
when you think about it, dude.
Yeah.
Does it look like a spoiler? Like not a spoiler, but like a hint. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use the word spoiler, but does it look like a possibility that could this be where the DLC's going?
It's possible.
I'll tell you right off the bat, if that's the case, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely keep an open mind.
Is there okay, here we go. I forgot about this question. I had this one in mind. Grim?
Yeah.
As we have gone through, and anybody that's watching this video, watching this VOD, whether you're watching it on Grim's channel or my channel, we also want to hear your thoughts on this. Who is someone that you wanted to see in Resident Evil Requiem that you didn't see? I know mine, and you know what? I'm gonna let Grim, because I think he knows exactly what I'm thinking. Grim, who do you think mine is? And I'll try to guess yours. How about that?
Sure.
All right. Who do you think that I wanted to see in Requiem that I didn't get to see?
Ah, Claire?
Nope.
No. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, come on, man.
Wait. Was it Jill?
Yep.
Okay.
I want to see Jill. She's my favorite character.
Right.
And when we think about Resident Evil Requiem and all the survivors
Yeah.
of the Raccoon City incident, she was there.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, like, we got like a little touch on the Nemesis project, the Cerberus project, between the dogs and this, that, and third. But I didn't see, and now granted, I still have to go through and play it many more times. But I didn't see Jill Valentine mentioned once. And, that sucked a little bit for me.
Wait.
But,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
No.
No, go ahead. You said wait. But, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Wait. You didn't go to the STARS office?
Was there a file over there?
No. I don't think so. It was. I'm pretty sure they had her beret on her desk.
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Right.
I wanted to see Jill, whether she came through just even as a cameo in a cutscene. I didn't want, a beret, this, that, and third. Like, I heard that Tofu was wearing a beret.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I'm talking about, though. I wanted to see or a flashback or something.
Sure.
I wanted to see, or even a file, because remember they did that in Resident Evil 2 remake. They literally, when they were coming out with RE3 remake, they updated the game to put an extra file in.
Yeah.
A note from Jill.
Yep.
And, like, when we think about all the survivors of the Raccoon City incident, how do you not put just even a file in there for Jill, Carlos? Maybe, maybe you could have explored the cathedral where, Jill was laid out, like a note from Carlos to Jill.
Sure.
I think that right there, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, to me, goes down in history as one of the best Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
Excuse me. To not incorporate Jill Valentine is, again, one of your main protagonists.
Yeah.
Jill and Chris. Like, we got to mention it, Chris again.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't get no mention of Jill. We got a beret. Come on, man. Like, Capcom. We're going to throw the Wolfhound, the Wolfgang in there. Give them an appearance. A beret is all you can do for Jill. She's one of the ones that started this.
Yeah, she's in 3 of your fucking games.
So that's who I would have liked to see. Now I'm gonna take a guess at who you would have liked to see
Go for it.
in the Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah.
I want to say, if I was a guessing man, there's one survivor. Granted, not part of Raccoon City, but was in two of the games that had to deal with the Arklay Mountains, Rebecca.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Wait, am I right? Am I right?
yeah, but oddly enough, she was briefly shown. I mean, not.
Through a photo? A photo? Was it
Yeah,
a photo?
yeah, that fucking iconic photo.
Now, here's what I want to ask you though. It's the same thing. It's like, with the beret and now a photo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How would you like? How would have you liked Capcom to incorporate Rebecca into this? Besides the iconic photo.
Mm, I actually don't know.
Like, yeah, because that's a big question right there. Is like I was telling you, like even a file or something, like even a cameo, because I have an idea for Rebecca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's that?
No, she's also a medic, right?
Yeah.
She's also focused on we've seen in Resident Evil, Dead Island. She's finding out cures for shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is.
Like even if she was in the cutscene whenever everybody's healed and Leon looks over and sees Rebecca and she's administering Elvis, like that could have been something fun to play with. Just a nod to the characters that survived the Arklay Mountains, survived the Raccoon City incident.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of the things that I think about. Like, I'm a big Jill Valentine fan.
Sure.
I know you like you're a big fan of Rebecca, Ada, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where, and again, as I say these things, who knows what Capcom is doing right now behind the scenes for the DLC.
Yeah.
It's also something to create conversation about later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Hmm.
didn't mean to answer my question for you, Grim.
No, hey, it's okay. It's all good.
But I got ideas over here, and that's one thing I thought about is I know you're a fan of Rebecca Chambers as well,
Yeah.
and I think there were other ways they could have gone about that to incorporate these characters. Again, you remember when we talked about how Carlos was a big part of Jill surviving Raccoon City?
Yeah.
He doesn't even get a favorable mention right there.
Mm-mm. No.
So
Barry did though.
we got a little Barry in there. We got we got a lot. Let me tell you, I'm not sitting here trying to complain. But when you think about the opportunities that were lost,
Sure.
that they could have, this is, you and I have been praising the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's some constructive criticism. You missed out, Capcom, on some key parts right here. You gave Barry, okay? You gave Barry a little, okay. You put Jill's beret in there. It's not Jill. It's just part of her hat. Fuck. I mean, you could have sat there and put a gemstone somewhere, and I still would have feel the same way that I do now.
Sure.
Let's think about the survivors that made it out of Raccoon City that are still clicking today. Because now we know Leon he's there. So everybody's got that same thought. Maybe not everybody, but I'm putting it out there, is we're all getting that same vibe that Ada is going to show up again because, well, there's fucking Leon. Leon and Ada, that's peanut butter and jelly right there.
Yeah, they have too large of a history. There's no way that they would completely cut her out.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fucking way. That'd be a huge mistake on Capcom's part.
Yeah. They gave fucking Claire an attachment to a gun. I think, and I hope that Capcom, like, whatever, I hope that, and let's get into this conversation, and then we could end it with this, because I think this is a good one to end it with, is moving forward, we do have other Resident Evil games, apparently, that are in the making, things that we can look forward to in terms of remakes.
Yeah, I still think they need to prioritize Code Veronica.
Yeah, well, I heard Code Veronica, 2027.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Zero remake,
Yeah.
2028. This is all speculation, by the way. If you watch this far, just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also heard, bro, maybe we didn't see Jill.
Ugh.
Because they're using Jill for the Resident Evil 1 remake. Using the RE engine. Think about that.
RE1 Remake Part 2. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, wait. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Cause I get it. Hey, they want to make an updated remake of Resident Evil 1, but I'm like, bro.
With the RE engine. You gotta remember, when they made the HD remastered, they didn't have the RE engine.
No, they didn't.
So think about going third person over the shoulder, or even first person. Again, when we think about how they incorporated, that's another topic we didn't touch on. To be able to switch, in Requiem, the developers intended you to play as Grace in first person and Leon in third person. It creates a broader audience. Some people don't like first person. Some people don't like third person.
Yeah, some people can't do first person because they may have like motion sickness or something.
Right?
Yeah.
And I know when I brought this up to Jay Swift, and I was like, it's like, I think you might have a little fun with this game because I don't do third person. I was like, well, you could change both characters to first person, and I saw that glimmer right there for a second, like, oh, really? Created some sense of interest.
Sure.
Like, I'm not saying Jay Swift's going to play Resident Evil Requiem, but just even the fact that I threw that out there and said, oh, no, you could change perspective. Like, that changes things. I saw the glimmer, like, oh, wait, you can?
Sure.
That little bit of interest that I saw right there. I mean, think about how many players that don't like first person, don't like third person, now have opportunities to go about the story a different way, through a different perspective, a different gaming perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I say that to say this. Think about what they could do when they remake these other games. Yeah. You wanna get a broader, a wider version of gamers coming in, whether it's today's generation or the past.
Yeah.
Give them the option. Right?
Yeah. Knowing me though, I'm sticking with third as far as Resident Evil goes.
I like your style. I do like your style.
I mean, granted, I have nothing against Resident Evil 7 and 8 because they were strictly first person. And I'm not saying I have
No, no,
anything
no, 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 no. No, you can't. Oh, well, I'm going to cut you off right there. Resident Evil 8 is not strictly first person.
It was at first before they came out with that update.
Okay, there we go.
But even, I mean, I tried it in third person and it was too weird.
It's different. It's not how the game was meant to be played, but like when you think about the what Capcom is doing there, they're trying different things. They're seeing what works, and they're also changing things up a bit too.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking chances, and
Sure.
they're taking their time when it comes to these games, and that's something like as a gamer, as a gamer nerd myself, I appreciate that. It's one of the things that I pulled away from Call of Duty because they just pump in one after the other every year. And going back to what I stated earlier in this podcast was, if we're going to spend $70+ I'm willing to wait. And I remember you and I having the same conversation about the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Mm-hmm.
Just get it right.
Yeah.
We'll wait. We will wait. However long. But just give us the product that we are being so patient for.
Yeah.
Don't rush it.
Yeah, don't.
Again, Grim, you got the deluxe edition.
I did.
Do you regret that at all?
Not for a second.
They took their time. They gave you a product that you were excited for and that you're willing to spend that money for.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what the fucking Resident Evil is. I'm buying it day one.
Yeah. But just give us a product and take your fucking time, Capcom. We love what you're doing right now. I love what you're doing right now. I can't speak for everybody else, but yeah, you heard Grim over there? Like, yeah, I'll buy it day one.
I will.
That's dedication. That's brand loyalty right there.
Yeah. It's
Give us our money's worth, and you're continuing to do that. So if it takes more time, well, fucking take your time.
yeah.
I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about tonight. Grim, did you cover everything you wanted to talk about tonight?
Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, hey, wait. I mean, real quick, one last thing. What would you rank it out of 10?
Rank it out of 10? Okay. All right. I'm going first.
Yeah.
I give Resident Evil Requiem a solid 9.5. Do you want to know why it doesn't get a perfect 10, Grim?
Why is that?
There's one part in the game. You're playing as Leon.
Sure.
Now, I get these zombies. They have personalities. They're still somewhat there.
Yeah.
But one part that I did not care for was the artillery zombies. I'm behind a wall that you cannot physically see me, yet they were locked onto me. I move left behind the wall, they move left. I move right, they move right. And you can't see me behind this wall, yet you're still locked onto me. And I thought that was a little cheesy to me. I didn't like that because you take it away, like, we talked about, like, race being, everything's got to be sneaky, right? Well, now I'm trying to be sneaky as Leon, And somehow, this motherfucker can see me through a wall.
Well, shit. Looks like Call of Duty meets Resident Evil, huh?
Barely. Barely. I would not I would not compare. Oh, I know what you're doing. I know what you're saying. Fucking wall hacks. They got the wall hacks. Oh my god. Dude, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But that's why I walked away from Call of Duty.
Yeah, the last Call of Duty that I personally purchased was Black Ops 6. I haven't purchased Black Ops 7 yet, and unfortunately, chances are I never will. Despite it being on sale recently, I had an opportunity to grab it, but I wanted a different game more, obviously.
But see, again, that's just proves the point that a lot of gamers are frustrated with is when you rush a project. Well, you're gonna lose. You'll keep some of the diehards.
Oh yeah.
And I tip my cap to them because they put up with the bullshit nonstop. But there is something better out there. And it's not Capcom. You're fucking killing it. But even you see Konami working with Bloober Team. You know, you see that there is potential out there. You see that even like Bloober Team got a lot of disgust on their initial, the things that were leaked, the releases that happened with Silent Hill 2 Remake, and then they went back to the drawing board, fucking got it done, and then we got a game that surprised everybody. And Activision, I mean, look at your competition right now. That's what you got. That's what you got. They're taking their time. Put out games. You got Grim. You gave up on Call of Duty. I gave up on Call of Duty a long time ago. Almost. What were we at? 2026. It's like 7 years. 6 years. 7 or 6, give or take. I gave Cold War I gave it a chance, and then after that, it's like, you're not getting my money anymore.
I mean, personally, despite me recently starting to play it again, the only Call of Duty that I personally can't stand right now is Black Ops 3. Despite me recently starting to play it again. I forgot. I remember now why I stopped playing it, because I stopped playing it around 2016, the beginning of 2016. So until recently, I hadn't touched it for over a decade.
And you had your reasons. But here we are, we're talking about Resident Evil Requiem here, and that hit a good spot.
Sure.
And that's the point that I'm making here is taking your time making a video game, it's not a bad thing.
No.
Because here's the thing. Resident Evil Requiem, in the first week that it released, sold over 5 million copies.
Yeah, it did.
That says something.
Yeah, it's extremely solid.
So, if you have not checked this game out yet, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you made it this far into the video, if you've paused it, put it in your watch later, and then got to this point again, I'm sure you're gonna have some very, very similar feelings that like Grim and I have with this game. We've been playing Resident Evil since day one.
Yeah, fucking 30 years.
And a big cheers right there to you, Grim, and hanging out. And, I love doing this fucking podcast with you, bro.
Yeah, you too, man.
Is there anything else you want to add into tonight, bro?
No. We covered everything there is to cover.
We told you guys this was going to be a long one. We're over 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys hanging out. If you're watching this video, as long as you are, and always, thank you so much for all the support that you've shown both our channels. You can watch this one over here on my channel. You can watch it over at Grim's channel, Grim_Reaper91.
Ooh, excuse me.
That's a weak one. I give you a 6 on that one, Grim.
Thanks.
I've heard better. No, I'm kidding. But as always, Grim,
Yeah.
love doing this with you.
You too, man.
And everybody watching, don't forget to subscribe, whether it's my channel, Grim's channel. We'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take it easy, man.
See you guys next time.